Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's video, I am going to be sharing with you what I was up to this week. We will color. I don't have any new books to show you this week. It's probably the first time in quite a while, so I'm proud of myself for, controlling myself, although I was getting my shopping, I don't know if it's fix is the right word, with all the Christmas presents, that we're getting right now. So yeah, I'm going to take a sip of tea out of my Gangsta wrapper mug, which my kids lovingly gifted me. And and then I will be back and we'll do some coloring. All right, first up, I finished the advent calendar. So this is the end result. I really like the way that it looks. I think currently we're on day 19, so you guys can see the rest of this coming up in the shorts here on YouTube, and I'm also doing some reels over on Instagram. I have enjoyed doing them. The views have been kind of wonky. There was a couple days where the videos were getting like normal views, and then I think something happened with the algorithm, and 2 of the days like the videos got no views, and I was like, what's happening? But I just look at that to gauge interest and stuff. I don't really care because I'm not making money on these. I'm not, I don't worry about any of that stuff at all. But I like to know what you guys enjoy. And so, it looked like you guys were enjoying these. And then all of a sudden there was like no views. I was like, do you hate that day? What happened? But I think it was the algorithm. So yeah, I like the way that it ended up turning out. I did really enjoy going through different pencil brands. Every image on here, except for these last 3, are a different pencil brand. And then these last 3 are my 3 favorites. So you'll have to see what 22, 23, and 24 are to see what my favorites were. But yeah, I just love them. I will tell you now, I had one pencil brand that I was surprised that I didn't like on this paper, and that was the Polychromos, which was just, I was so surprised. I like the end result, but I didn't enjoy the process of coloring with them. And then the other one, which I just did not like at all, which I think I'm going to have to get rid of these pencils, unfortunately. I spent so long gathering them. Maybe it's just this paper. Maybe I'm not going to get rid of them yet. I'm going to try them on different paper and see. But the color blend pencils. So again, the image turned out okay, but the process was just not fun. So yeah, I'm going to have to see if I can find what paper I like to use those pencils on. And if I can't, then I'm going to have to give them away. But yeah, so I did work a tiny little bit more on my page here in Goodule. I've added the trees and the snow and darkened up the sky a little bit. But that's really it. That's all I've done. Oh, and the garland and the wreath there. Oh, I started, so this side I just have been coloring. I've not actually activated any of the colors for some reason. But, so yeah, that's what I have. I'm hoping to finish this by the end of the month. We'll see how that goes. My coloring time is slowly dwindling, and I don't know, it's frustrating because I want to sit and color all the stuff, but I have other things I got to do. So that's as far as I got on that. But last weekend I did have quite a bit of time to do other stuff. So you guys saw me work on this last week. So this is my page from 50 Farmers Miniatures. I did finish it. So this is my candy cane cow. I think he turned out really cute. I like it a lot. I think, yeah, it was a good call to do the candy cane. I was really worried about it at first, but I think it's cute. So, yeah, there's that one. Yeah, I think it turned out cute. So there's that, and then I did do 2 other pages. So this one was just a random page that I just reached for one day. I wanted to color in this book, and I just think it's so cute. And I did this page. I'm still debating if I want to add a background, but I don't know that I do. I think I might not on this one. But yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I like the color palette, which is of course from Pinterest there. And I think it turned out cute. I was originally going to do a white polar bear, which I probably could have done, but I wanted more brown on the page. So yeah, there's that one. And then in Magical Worlds, I have a buddy color that I'm doing in this book. I did finish my page, so I'm just waiting on a couple more buddies. I did that one. And I do really like the way that it turned out. I love it a lot. Everybody's doing really cute stuff for this page too. So on this one, I just added in like the little pine branches and the presents in the basket there. And then drew in the clouds in the background and stamped a bunch of snowflakes all over. Yeah, and that was my inspiration for this page. So yeah, I do like the way that turned out. All right, so let's color something. I really should work on my Good Yule page, but I don't want to today. So we're gonna do something else. All right, so I'm gonna work in Creative Christmas. This has been a long-standing WIP. And I just want to get it done. So we're going to work on this and see if I can get it done. I do thankfully have my colors written down. Let's see how, because this WIP is several years old. So we'll see how close my coloring is to what I've done there. Okay, let me find my pencils real quick. All right, we're going to work on some berries and leaves down here. So let's see how I did this. Let's see if it would be the same way that I would do it now. So hi everybody. I hope that you are having a wonderful holiday season. It is going by really fast. I was not expecting things to move quite as quickly as they are, and I am losing I'm losing time. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the color along done in Lulu's house. I was really trying to get a color along done in Lulu's House of Wonder and one done for my Mythographic color along series, and I just don't think it's going to work out this time, unfortunately. So yeah, it's just time, you know, it just flies by. But yeah, the time has just flown by. I was not expecting it to go quite as fast as it did. So I'm not going to have I don't think I'm going to have very many pages done, especially not before Christmas. I might have some time after Christmas, but I also want to work on getting some videos recorded, like my year in review and my plans for next year videos. I need to record those right after Christmas because my son is coming home for the holidays. So he's going to be home with us for New Year's. Him and his girlfriend are going to stay with us for about a week. I'm so excited to see them. I miss them so much. I wish they lived closer. So yeah, very excited to see them next week, or not next week, when they get here. Yeah, so he will be downstairs. They will be downstairs while they're here. So this is like their own little, private area that they can be in. And, if they need to remove themselves from too much craziness upstairs, they can come down here. But this is also where I film and work on my color alongs and things like that. So I don't foresee me getting very many videos done that week. So I wanted to pre-record those to make sure that those get out to you guys. Like I said, I'm going to do the year in review and my plans for 2026, which I have kind of gotten a jump on. Like I have a little notepad that I've been writing down ideas. I'm very excited. I've been very inspired watching everybody else's plans and things. Ones that I've actually have stuck out in my brain that I've actually sat down and had time to look at. Karen from My Colorful Country Life has put out her year in review tag. So if you guys haven't seen that before, she has just thought out every single question and topic that you would think to cover. And I used her same questions last year and it worked wonderfully. So I will definitely be using those again this year for my wrap up. So thank you, Karen, for taking the time to do that. It's so appreciated. And it takes, you know, a lot of the extra brain work, you know, out of the whole process, which is really nice sometimes. Yeah, and I saw that Joe from Jordy Colors has started thinking about some of her plans. I know there are lots of others. I haven't sat down to watch a lot of them lately, though. I've only had limited time to sit and watch videos, unfortunately. But yeah, those two for sure. I know that they have got started, and it is inspiring. Like everything I told, commented on Joe's video, that pretty much everything that they were saying in their video is stuff that I'm thinking in my head too for my next year. Definitely sounded like our plans are aligned. And I feel like that's probably going to be the case for a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people, you know, they realize that they just have, you know, too many. So decluttering's on their to-do list. You know, doing more pages in certain types of pages, like double page spreads, things like that, working on specific artists. I know Shelly from Shell's Coloring Journey is also done. She's made an announcement about her color along for next year, which I think is awesome. I am going to be doing something similar, and thankfully our artists aren't the same, so you can participate in either one of them. But I am going to be doing something similar where I work on a couple of artists, a few different artists, instead of just one artist for the entire year. I don't know I don't know if it's the ADHD brain. I don't know what it is, but when I can only work on, I mean, it's not that I can only work on it, but when I know that I have to work on one specific artist, I start to get burnout partway through the year. And it's, you know, even with the mythographic series that I did last year, it was still a struggle sometimes to get through the books, even though I love the art. I was going back and forth between two different artists. I love it. If for some reason there was some block, I was just like, I had to fight through it a lot of the times. So that was kind of frustrating. And I don't want that to happen again. So I really am going to, I've got like six different artists. And each artist is going to get a 2-month block. So then I can kind of go through and, you know, focus on that artist for those 2 months. I'm going to have a different hashtag for each 2-month section. And, yeah, that's the plan. I will still be doing, I believe, like, you know, my mermaid color along. I will also be working on, you know, different palettes for Halloween and possibly Christmas next year. So yeah, definitely will have other hashtags besides those as well. So kind of keep an eye out for all of those announcements. I don't know if I'll announce all of the color alongs for the whole year, but definitely will announce the first 2 months and which artist I'm going to be focusing on. So yeah, and you know, and I reserve the right to continue working on that artist if I'm still feeling it, you know, like I don't want to just push it away. This is just like a safe, what's it called? This is just like a, I don't know, a net, a safety net, I guess. So that if I do end up getting burnt out, I know that it's only the couple of months and I can at any point switch over to the next artist. So, yeah, that's the plan. All right, I'm not sure if these do they look like they're the same kind of color? Yeah, I guess they do. Okay, so there's that. So yeah, unfortunately, no color alongs this month, I don't think. Unless I get them done, like I said, unless I get them done after Christmas, which is always a possibility. Let's see, other channel news. I showed you earlier, I got all of the advent calendar done, so that will be coming out every day through the 24th. So you can watch those, see how I finish off that, how I color each of the little items. I really did have a good time doing the shorts. That might be something that I continue. I talked a little bit about this last week, where I will occasionally have a little bit of a short video on a, you know, I don't want to do it all the time because I do like these long form videos, but occasionally I will have some of those up there. I think that is going to be one of my goals, I think, to create a few more of those. I do have several goals out, written out and kind of bouncing around in my head. Sometimes I even like will create the goals like on the spot, like before I even realize that I'm setting this goal. It's out of my mouth in the video for you guys. So yeah, I'm looking forward to looking back at my year to see how I did, and you know, look back on some of the pages that I really liked. That's one of my favorite videos to film each year, is this year in review video. I think it's so fun to look back on. So yeah, looking forward to all of that. Okay, so last weekend, what did I do? I don't remember. I'm sure I did some coloring, but oh, I know why I had extra coloring time, because we had a big storm come through, and we were kind of snowed in for the last Saturday and kind of Sunday too. My husband got out and drove around, but I was like, I'm not going anywhere. There's a lot of snow. It's cold. I don't want to do it. So I was in the house all last weekend, and it was cozy, and I was coloring. I was kind of happy about it, actually. I mean, I was upset because I didn't get to make cards with my buddy. Yeah, so that part was sad for me, but being able to just stay home and not have anything to do, that was nice. This weekend is totally different. We've got, I have D&D this evening, so as soon as I get off of here, I have to make sure that I've got stuff ready for dinner, because I'm going to make something in the crock pot, so I'm going to have to get that started soon. And then I've been wrapping presents, so I have that stuff everywhere upstairs on the table where we would normally be playing, so I have to clean all that up, get presents organized. Yeah, I've got a lot to do today. And then tomorrow we have my husband's huge family Christmas. So I'm sure I've said on here before, but his mom was one of 8. So everybody typically comes here for Christmas, and then their kids and their kids, and I think a couple of them have kids too. So there's a couple of great grandparents. But yeah, it's crazy. It's huge. I think they're expecting about 100 people this year, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we also have my side of the family. So my dad's side, he was one of 7, so that side of the family is pretty big too. Not quite as big because they weren't Catholic, so they didn't have quite as many kids, but still big. And so we're supposed to go to that too. And it's, unfortunately, they both start at the same time, so we're gonna have to try to split time between the two. So hopefully that goes okay. And then Sunday is cookie day. So I spend the whole day making cookies, and yeah, and then my brother comes over and my kids hang out with me, and sometimes they help me make cookies and sometimes they sit around and play games. But it's just a day full of joy and family, and I love it. It's one of my favorite days. I will be sad that my kiddo, my son isn't there, but yeah, I will definitely miss him, but we will still be able to make, I'll probably make some more cookies while they're in town too. It's one of my favorite things to do around the holidays. I love to make cookies. Chocolate chip are one of my favorites, but we also like oatmeal scotchies. I don't know if you guys aren't familiar with that. I can tell you what, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's kind of in the name already. It's just butterscotch chips and oatmeal, a few different seasonings and stuff than a normal oatmeal cookie, but it's delicious. It's one of my favorite cookies. We only have it at the holidays though, because it's very rich, very sweet. And yeah, so we just do a few of those, and then other than that, snickerdoodles every year for sure. And then the other ones kind of change. So sometimes I'll do peanut butter cookies, sometimes I'll do like sugar cutout cookies. Sometimes I will do those cookies with like the Reese cup in the middle. Those are so good. What else do we do? Sometimes I'll do like chocolate cookies with like mint chips in them. I'm trying to think of all the other ones that we normally do. I've experimented with all kinds of different cookies over the years, but yeah, definite favorites are the oatmeal scotchies, oatmeal. Sometimes I'll do an oatmeal raisin cookie as well. I like walnuts in mine, but most people in the house do not, so I don't get to have walnuts in my cookies. I like pecans sometimes in my chocolate chip cookies too, but again, my house is a no nuts and cookies house. So we do not do that. And I do sometimes though, another one that I make is a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie. And sometimes I'm just like, okay, I like this cookie so much that I'm just gonna make it and I will give it to people who I think will like it, but you know, I'm gonna eat a lot of these. So it just depends on the year. If I'm up for eating a lot of cookies that year, I mean, really, when am I not? But you know, sometimes I'm trying to be a little bit health conscious and not just eat cookies all day. But yeah, we have a lovely weekend ahead. Very busy, but full of fun and family, and looking very much forward to it. And then next week, I gotta finish off Christmas shopping. I only have 2 people left to buy for, and then I have to get some things for just like a few tiny little things for like stockings and things like that. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Christmas coming up. All right, that is a lot of red. Let's work on some of the leaves just to see if I can figure out how I did those. These ones are gonna be a little easier since I already had the alcohol marker base on there. But I think I like this page. I think it's a good page. Okay, so we've got, what do I have? I have dark green, peacock green, and this light. And we're gonna start with this one, I think. Let's see, what other news? Oh, so my youngest, they had their finals week this week, and they have their last half day today. So here in a little bit, I've got to go grab them from school, but they have been just kicking butt on their finals, which I'm so proud of, because, you know, they're freshmen in high school, so it's kind of scary, like this first, I don't like the way that this is looking, but we'll see if I can. All right, well, sure. But yeah, this is their first year in high school, so they had never really taken big finals like this before, where, you know, it's a large portion of your grade, and you know, if you do poorly on them, it can really affect your overall score for the semester. Also, you know, if you do really well on them, it can also really affect your score for the semester. So thankfully, they are kicking butt on those. And yeah, I've just been trying my best to, you know, give them all of the props that they can handle. Yeah, so I think they're, what was it, the biology, out of a total of 138 points, they got 136. Same with their religion final, they got 82 out of 85. They have their math one yesterday, but they weren't able to get the score on that one yet because it was all done by paper. The other ones are all done on the computer. But with the math ones, you know, it's kind of hard to show your work when you are doing it on a computer. So they make them still take that on paper. And then today they have their English final and the German final, so yeah. And then the other class they have is choir, but they said that they loved that final because they walked into the classroom, the teacher asked them a couple questions, and they were done. Like that classroom is definitely about participation, but you know, they love it. They love being in the classroom. They love the people in the classroom. Being part of this big choir is something they really love. So I am all for that. And they're getting all of their other credits. So we were concerned. So I think I talked a little bit about this previously, where, you know, they were missing so much school at the beginning of the semester that we had to have a meeting with school and, you know, try to figure out, you know, what was the best fit. Like if this school was a good fit for them or not, you know, if they needed to do some homeschool for a little while, and then, you know, if they got their FND under control, they could always come back, things like that. And thankfully, these last couple of weeks, they've just been on it. They've gotten to school every day. They've not missed any classes due to the FND episodes. I've just been, like, it's like a 180 almost. No, is that right? Yeah, 180. Yeah. Yes, 180, not 360. 360 would just be back where you started. Anyway, so they've really just worked really hard, got their grades up, and yeah, I'm just so proud. So proud of them. And the teachers had a lot of good things to say about them too. They're still struggling a little bit with participating in class a lot because they, you know, and we did have a meeting recently where the administrators were talking to them about it, you know, like trying to get them to be more social. They're just not a social person. They're just not. They would much rather just not talk and sit back and learn everything that they need to learn. But, you know, that's not how school works. That's not how the world works. So they have to kind of learn to come out of their shell just a bit so that they can succeed. So that was really the only kind of negative feedback that they got from our meeting recently. So and I keep telling them I'm so proud of how hard you've worked. So yeah, so thank you all out there too for all of the thoughts and prayers and wishes and everything that you've sent our way. I think they helped. You know, it's lovely to have that positive energy flowing out into the world, and I think it does help. So yeah, they get out of school today, half day, and then we will go out for a celebratory lunch, and then they're off for 2 weeks, so they're really happy about that. Let's see. So yeah, so then on Christmas, since I won't talk to you guys again before that, on Christmas on Christmas Eve I host our family here. So it's my mom and my aunt and my cousin and his family, and they have 5 girls ranging in the age from, oh shoot, I always forget how old the oldest is. I'd have to do math, but it's not great. Anyway, they have several adult children and then one still in high school. So they're all gonna come and hang out Christmas Eve for a little while, and then Christmas morning we normally do like just my mom and my aunt, who is like my other mom, because she never had any kids, and my brother, and then my kiddos that are home, and we'll just have a lovely Christmas morning and open presents, and then we just kind of chill out for the rest of the day. We don't have a big Christmas dinner. Christmas Eve, when we get together, it's not even a big dinner then either. It's just like a like sandwiches, like lunch meat and appetizers and snacks and things like that. We don't do a big Christmas dinner because I'm like, there's already so much other stuff going on. Like, I just don't want to worry about, I don't want that added stressor. And that's just kind of been our tradition for years and years and years now. So that's just kind of what we do. It's nice. Let's see, what else? Yeah, and then just kind of chill out for a few days, really. If I didn't have to leave the house, I wouldn't. I do have to take my oldest to work for a couple of days right after Christmas, but then they'll be off on Christmas Day, and then they get New Year's Day off and half a day on Christmas Eve. So not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, maybe Christmas Eve half a day too, I'm not sure. Okay, I don't hate that, don't love it. I feel like it needs a little bit more contrast so that some of these leaves stick out a little bit more, which is why I'm using the red. So when you use red and green, you can get a nice deep shadow color. That's that color theory coming into play there, which I did. Let me show. On that one. Oh, hang on. Let me finish this bit and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah. So in this book, the page that I did in here, that's how I got like the reds to look like that, because I used green, and I also used red on the green as well. So all of those deep dark shadows, that's the color theory thing coming into play. Anyway, so yeah, that looks better already. I just have to finish the rest of that. Still have my colors written down. Hopefully I can get some of this done quickly. I do want to finish this. This is one I'll try to finish this year, because I think this book is adorable and I don't color in it nearly often enough. I've only got one finished page. So this is one that I had marked from earlier in the year when I was doing, or earlier this month when I did my holiday plans, my coloring plans. So I would like to use this color palette on here. We will see how that goes. I think it's going to be cute if I can pull it off. But yeah, I just like this page of this book. I think it's cool. So yeah, so that is it for me today. I think I am going to head off, get all of my stuff done that I need to do. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful Christmas. Look out for those videos, those end of the year videos and plans videos for next year. Yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next time. Bye.